Hello, I'm Lena Taro. In this video, we'll use Fathom to help us answer the question, if 40% of donors have type A blood, what is the probability that it will take at least 4 donors to find one with type A blood? This is a question that's found in grade 7 Common Core State Standard Statistics for mathematics. Let's begin by dragging an empty collection off the shelf, and then let's add 10 new cases. Dragging the table, we're going to add a variable called type for blood type, and 40% of donors have type A blood. The remaining 60% have some type other than type A blood. So I've entered 4 A's and 6 O's to represent the 40% and 60%. Let's right-click on this and sample some cases. Notice we've selected 10 cases, but I don't want to select 10 cases. I want to select until we see a person with type A blood. In other words, I'm going to keep looking for donors until I find that person with type A blood. Notice I turned the animation off so that doesn't waste time for us or freeze up the computer. And I'm going to leave with replacement on because I want to make sure there's a 40% chance of drawing a person with type A blood each time. So I need to keep the replacement on. And let's sample some more cases. And here we can see we did not see that first person with type A blood until we reached the 6th person. And here it took 2 people. And here it took another 2 people. And I could keep track of that on paper. However, let's use Fathom to count this for us. So we're going to add a formula called count with empty parentheses. And we can see that the count here is 2, and that's good because it took us 2 tries to get type A blood. Here 4, and our measure for count is 4. So now let's collect some measures. And we've collected 5 measures, and we can see it took us 1 person, then 3 to find that person with type A blood, then 2, then 1, and then 5. Let's collect some more measures because 5 measures is not enough to collect. Let's collect a total of 95. And I'll turn the animation off. And now let's get a graph of these results. I'll go back over here to cases, drag count to the horizontal axis. And we can see that the most common thing that happens is that we find that person with type A blood on the very first donor. But the question asks, what is the probability it will take at least 4 donors? So that means I'm looking at 4 or more. And it's a little hard to count the dots here. So let's go and drag a summary table off the shelf. And we'll drag count over here. So we can see on average it would take us 2.43 blood donors to get that person with type A blood. Let's add a formula, and we want to know the proportion where the count was greater than 3. So that would give us 4 or more donors. And we can see that that was about 20%. If I click on the measures from the sample of this collection and hit Command Y, it will re-randomize. And I can see that sometimes it's as high as 20% or 22%. Sometimes it's as low as 20%. So the answer to this question, based on this particular simulation, would be about 22%.